What are you thinking? This is private property!
Yeah, I won't do it anymore, lay off. You think some dumb signs are gonna stop me? Time to take another shortcut, sucker! Ah! What happened here?
Trouble Busters!
First, we're gonna get a nice clean patch of soil. My name is Ellen. I'm 31 years old, and lately my big hobby is gardening. I hear farmers are getting pretty popular with the ladies these days. I might not just be harvesting vegetables here. I might be harvesting my future wife. What? Hold on a minute! Suddenly a sports car comes out of nowhere, blasts on through, and ruins my whole field in an instant. I run at top speed to see who this driver is and give him a piece of my mind. What are you thinking? This is private property!
Huh? Private property?
Yes! Isn't it obvious?
Oh man, I didn't know at all!
This guy speaks way too loud for someone right next to me. Lower your voice, dude!
I mean, there's not a sign or anything like that. I thought it was just free use.
Don't you see that it's right next to a house? How could you possibly think it was a free-for-all?
Hey man, just because you see things that way doesn't mean I do. Open your mind and see things from my point of view. You got that?
But this? You have to know that this is what a garden is set up like.
You see this sign? I don't know nothing, kid. I'm a city boy, you hick. Not my business. Anyway, this is the best shortcut. You gotta let people keep using it.
I'm not going to grow a single vegetable if I keep letting people drive through constantly.
Maybe man up and stop thinking about veggies. Eat a steak like real men do. More importantly, look! Your stupid, filthy private property slowing down the rear wheels on my super cool sports car!
I wanted to ask, isn't that just karma for your bad behavior? But Tucker was too intimidating. I hated myself for it, but I helped him get his car unstuck from the soil.
Clean it up so it's easier to get through here next time!
I can't. I'm not doing that. This is a private garden. Just let me grow my vegetables! He's the worst. I had the feeling that this wasn't going to be the last I saw of that guy. My hunch was right. No matter how many times I catch him in the act.
Yeah, won't do it anymore. Okay, lay off.
I'm serious. This isn't going to happen twice.
What about 3 times?
Absolutely not! He's just mocking me at this point. He doesn't listen to me, no matter how many times I warn him. I feel so lame trying to stick up for myself. And I think he can smell that weakness on me, because he keeps doing it on purpose when I'm not around. Afterwards, I tried to put up signs, but they had basically no effect. My side gig selling vegetables is evaporating into thin air before my eyes. I have my taxes to think about. If things keep going this way, I'm going to be attacked by a scary amount of taxes next year. I would have nowhere to run. I'd be cornered. There's no way I'll get my stimulus money when I have so little to show for myself right now. They don't let just anyone get those benefits. But that delinquent doesn't care about my situation. He's just going to keep doing this again and again, trampling all over my garden. Why is this my problem and not his? He's the one breaking the law. Why do I have to make these hard decisions about whether I can plant my vegetables at all? Maybe I only started this hobby out of desperation, but I made the decision to start growing vegetables. If he's going to keep trespassing, I have no choice but to pull out all the stops to keep this going. I sure hope he decides on his own to stop being a jerk and takes a detour this time. But, despite my wishes...
You think some dumb signs are gonna stop me? Time to take another shortcut, sucker! Hey! Open up!
Huh? Hold on, what? What exactly do you think you're doing? What do you want with me?
You dug a hole in your garden to trap me, didn't you?
What? Whatever do you mean?
Quit playing dumb! Just look over there!
Ah! You ruined my garden!
Who cares about your stupid garden? Look at this! You ruined my sports car! How are you gonna get my car out of this hole, huh, punk?
I don't know, but did you read the signs before you drove through here? They were pretty clear.
Come on, I drove through like I always do. It was the same as always, but then you made the ground all broken up and soggy. You sure went out of your way to make the best sinkhole possible, you little weasel.
I told you, I don't know anything about this. If I dug a sinkhole in my garden that way, I wouldn't be able to grow any vegetables at all in that area. I'd be operating at a loss.
You're taking a hit on purpose to stop me!
You really won't stop talking about yourself for a minute, will you? But the situation is bad for me too. My vegetables are ruined. Oh, why hello there. Moles? Moles are the reason why the ground is so unstable! Okay, see you later.
What do you mean, moles?
Oh no, I can't believe it! A mole paradise is being created right underneath my garden!
Cut the crap! Don't blame this on some stinking moles! Those little pipsqueaks don't have the power to sink a whole car!
Don't underestimate moles. Moles tunnel through the field, looking for earthworms and the like. So as a result of all the tunnels, there's a dramatic effect on the soil. For example, it'll make the ground weak and unstable just like this. Awful, really. Sometimes the whole field will crumble. I explained as well as I could to get him to accept my premise. I laid out all the facts to prove that the fault was entirely his own, and yet...
You really expect me to believe all this? I'm going to sue you for all you're worth! See you in court, Buster!
Tucker still claims that everything is completely my fault.
Hey, tow truck! Get my car out of here! The address is...
A month after that, Tucker really did try to sue me. But...
This court denies the prosecution's request.
Why?
Oh, I lost again.
That ruling is a heap of bullcrap. We need a do-over. Let me represent myself during the trial, Miss Sanchez.
He is so annoying and so lame. We're not getting a retrial?
Why not? You're Sam. You've been a Sam from the start, so
Oh my, what a fool you are to blame Miss Sanchez, Mr. Tucker.
What? This has nothing to do with you. Butt out!
Oh, don't say that. We're just about to go file some paperwork that'll have a lot to do with you, Tucker.
With me? What do you mean? What is that?
Oh my!
It's...
Double the repayment, obviously.
Why is this happening to me?
Can you repeat that, Mr. Tucker? You claim that you did not enter the private property of my client without permission. You had explicit permission to do this. Is that correct?
Yes, he hadn't started planting the vegetables yet, so he said it was okay. He said it was fine to use if it was a shortcut on my commute, which it was.
How peculiar. Then why? Why knock down this sign after getting this permission from my client? Do you have an explanation for this?
Alan changed his mind and he didn't tell me.
There was no change of heart. From the very beginning, my client denied you the use of your car within his private property.
I think he just forgot that he was letting me do it.
He didn't say it in the first place. There's nothing to remember and nothing to forget.
No, I definitely got permission from Alan to go through.
If you indeed received this permission, what reason would you have for knocking down a no trespassing sign while passing through? Furthermore, suppose that my client did have a change of heart, was the responsibility not yours still to confirm that his permission was still granted?
Even if it would, to check to make sure he wasn't at home, so...
So that gives you permission to disregard the sign? Answer the question.
Sorry, I think I'm a little mixed up.
Let's hear it.
I didn't knock down the sign.
Huh?
The sign had already been knocked down by someone else when my car went into the sinkhole, so I didn't even notice it was there at all.
You thought the shortcut looked the same as ever?
That's right.
Then there should be no problem if I analyze the muddy tire tracks left on the sign, correct?
Actually, there's a huge problem.
That being?
It was knocked over, so there's a possibility I ran over it anyway, and then you'll accuse me of being the one who knocked it down, right? Falsely!
Not to worry. Because of the difference in weight distribution involved, it will be easy to tell if the tracks were caused by running it over after the fact, or if they were the tracks of the car that knocked the sign over.
Oh, what? Wow. Really?
Yes, therefore, I request that this piece of evidence be inspected in this way.
Do you really have to go that far?
As you said, the sign was already knocked over, and so you didn't notice it there, correct?
That's right, so it wasn't on purpose, so please forgive me.
No, it was absolutely on purpose.
You're wrong.
Well, we'll find out once we review the evidence. Do you understand where you are right now? When you lie like that, do you understand what you're doing? You're in a court of law. All of your testimony is on record. There's no way your preposterous story about receiving permission from my client is accurate.
No, it's the truth. I can't help it if it's the truth. What else am I supposed to say?
Why would my client allow you, a perfect stranger, to have permission to use his private property as a shortcut? It's a ridiculous story. You realize that, right?
But that's what happened. I heard him say it.
Do you have any evidence or witnesses to corroborate your statement?
Well, I could turn that around on you. What evidence do you have that Alan's the one telling the truth?
I don't need any. His claim is not outlandish enough to require evidence to back it up. Do you know why?
No, I don't.
Because he's not all talk the way you are. The way you're acting right now.
I don't have an objection per se, but I do have something I'd like to say. Mr. Stewart, you're going after him too hard. This man already looks like he's been punched on the best of days, but now he can't even look at you directly. If you hound someone with such a mean look on your face, even an innocent victim might get flustered and say something he doesn't mean.
The defendant is vague and constantly flip-flopping in his words. There's a severe lack of credibility to his statements. Therefore, my job...
Yeah, great job. Commendable lawyering. I get it. You're listening to your man, alley-oop. Alan. You're doing this by his request, right?
Well, at the end of the day, that's correct.
Then give my guy some time to relax first.
If we give him this time, will he be able to speak honestly from the heart?
I don't know, but I mean, he's definitely not doing it right now, right? You're hitting a dead end here. We don't have any good plays here. At this rate, you're going to totally destroy us, and we won't have any chance to fight back. Can't you show a little compassion? You get what I'm saying?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Allen?
Personally, as long as Mr. Tucker here just admits to his crimes and pays for the damages...
Understood. Your Honor, before we proceed with this trial, we request a 1-hour break.
I understand. Is the defense all right with this? Yeah, obviously. Then we will reconvene in 1 hour at 5 p.m.
The trial has been completely in our favor. I mean, the crime itself is pretty cut and dry. It's 1,000% the other guy's fault, so it goes without saying that the trial would reflect that.
Hey, come on, get it together already.
What? Hey, I'm the one paying you here. Don't forget it.
Then why won't you listen to me?
If I listen to you, then I'm gonna end up charged with trespassing and with property damage, and I'm gonna have a criminal record.
Obviously, if you commit crimes, you're gonna end up with a criminal record, dimwit.
Boy, then what's even your job? If it's not to get me out of that, you're a defense attorney. Save me! Give me an innocent verdict!
I'm a defense attorney, not a wizard. I can't magic your crime away. How many times did I explain that this case is unwinnable?
Unwinnable for you, because you suck at your job, so I have no choice but to lie on the stand like that.
Those guys have heaps of evidence that you're guilty, you know. You're not fooling anyone, no matter what you try. There is one thing that you can do. Apologize sincerely and try to negotiate with the other side.
What? You mean get a criminal record, right?
Are you even listening to me? Were you a goldfish in a past life? You are getting a criminal record.
You're a professional at getting people to not have criminal records, aren't you? Don't lie and say there's no way out. Lie to the other people and make it so the crime goes away!
You realize I'm risking my job if I straight up lie to people in court? Listen to me. This is your last warning. When we reconvene, apologize sincerely. If you do that, then I'll at least be able to lighten your sentence a little. But if you ignore my warning and start lying again, I quit. I'm not going to defend you anymore. You have one last chance, your very last opportunity to speak during this trial. When the prosecution makes its closing arguments, I want you to accept it and say that you're going to reflect on your mistakes. You could have just settled things outside of the courtroom, but no, you wanted to take it to a full criminal trial. That's why you're in this position, and it's only getting worse for you. Why didn't you agree to settle?
I wanted to win and get an innocent verdict.
You were never going to win, you useless criminal.
Finally, the trial reconvened. After the defense's closing statement, it was finally the defendant's last chance to speak on the stand.
Your Honor, I'm innocent!
Wow.
Arlen just forgot what he told me, and I didn't see the sign. If you convict me of a crime, then I'm gonna lose my job. Who's gonna take responsibility for that, huh? Or any of you gonna hire me? Since ancient times, we've been taught to hate the sin and not the sinner, right?
I think no use crying over spilt milk is a more appropriate saying here.
I'm already 37. You know how hard it is for a 37-year-old man to get a new job? All I did was pass through some private property. I was in a hurry, okay? I'm being serious. Say it like it is. Don't use all these scary words like trespassing and property destruction. Or what? Is the legal system just here to judge people and then forget about them and abandon them? This thing is barely a problem at all. It's just like a speck of dust in the grand scheme of things. Let's just let bygones be bygones. Hey, you! Look here, Alan. You think you're some almighty tough guy now that you're sitting pretty in a courtroom? Listen up. Once we're out of here, you're nothing. You're just a little wimp again. And don't forget it. You just didn't take care of your stupid garden properly. Weren't you paying damages to me for what happened to my sports car?
You want me to respond to all that nonsense? You're the one who ignored my signs and illegally trespassed on my property again and again.
I shouted out to you that I was passing by before I went through, so where's the problem?
I never heard you say anything like that, so it doesn't count.
Who cares what you think? That dirt is mine! I know where you live. Keep your head on a swivel when you walk at night is all I'm saying!
This is intimidation of a witness. Do you understand what you're saying?
Oh yeah, I understand, all right. I don't have anything to be afraid of anymore. This isn't the last you'll see of me, so stay shaking in your boots until then.
Court is adjourned. Court is adjourned. Bring that man out of here as soon as possible.
In the end, Tucker kicked up such a fuss that he had to be dragged out by the bailiffs. He was charged with trespassing and property destruction, and he was told that he had a suspended sentence of 3 years. But, sir, he's not actually going to be able to come to my house, right?
Not if he wants a suspended sentence to become real time in prison. Surely even he wouldn't be so stupid as to...
No, he would be! No normal person would do any of the things that he's already done! Things were over, but they weren't really. Tucker was just too much of a social deviant. I got so scared that I asked my friends if I could stay with them overnight.
How long are we going to keep this up? It's just a bunch of dudes in a house together. It feels like a cheap reality show that no one even watches.
We have to keep it up until I stop living in fear! Aw, come on, it's kind of fun, it's fine.
You're freaking out way too much, man. Your voice is the real scary thing here.
Hello, who is it? Wait, Harold, don't open the door too wide when you answer it! I was convinced it was Tucker. Fearfully, I went to respond, but there I saw Tucker crying and begging for mercy. And above him stood a muscled man, crossing his arms and glaring down at him. What's going on?
Tucker, where's that apology? Alan, I'm so sorry.
Huh? What? What's happening here?
I'm sorry for coming here without any prior notice.
The muscled strongman explained that he'd lent his car to Tucker, and when he heard about all this ruckus, he brought Tucker here to apologize in person.
Absolutely, without a doubt, this lunkhead is in the wrong. I'm very sorry. I'll make sure he never cross paths with you again, so can you please find it in your heart to leave it at that?
Well, as long as you keep your promise, that sounds fine with me.
Hey, Tucker, are you man enough to make a promise? Yes, of course I am. I will never ever in 1,000 years bother you again. You little brat. Not only did you ruin my sports car, but you couldn't even be a man about it and take responsibility for it. I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. How many times have I told you I hate it when guys act like this, and yet you act like I've never told you once? Please forgive me. I promise I will never ever do it again for the rest of my life. You owe me $400,000 for the car. Half of that's going to reimburse Alan for his damages, so don't forget it. I get it. So please just forgive me already.
Thanks to an ally appearing out of nowhere, my problems were resolved all at once. I haven't seen Tucker once since then. I guess a scary friend got him a job at his company or something. Tucker's not going to go down the wrong path again, and if they're working together, the muscle bro can make sure of that.
I went from sports cars to bulldozers.
He had previous debts to work off too, so he didn't really have anywhere else to go. The important thing is, those guys are scary, and I'll be happy for them to keep their word and never talk to me again. On the other hand, now that I don't have crazy idiots driving through my property, I can restart my vegetable garden. I grew a ton of high-quality vegetables this year, and made so much money doing so. It's hard to call this just a side job anymore. I built up my savings, so now all that's left